Hi guys, welcome to the Tricks House. Today I want to talk about the importance of game localization to maximize your chances to succeed. On Steam, users are able to set preferred languages, which are then taken into account when Steam recommends games. If we look at the most used languages on Steam, we can see that more than 2/3 of the users does not use English. So localization can help spreading your game in non-English speaking countries, and therefore increasing your sales. Keep in mind that Steam favors products that are localized. This is determined by the in-game language setting and not by the store page. Of course, if your game is localized, you should consider localizing your store page as well. In this video, I want to show you how to add localization to your game in Unity, and I will do it by adding it to headchef, the game that I'm currently developing. Headchef is a restaurant management game where you need to supply the kitchen, select your staff, create a delicious menu, and cook. I will leave in the description the link to the Steam page as well as to the trailer. Okay, so first I read the quick start guide provided by Unity. It explains how to install the required library, create the localization settings, and create locales, which are the languages you wish to support. Then you need to create a string table collection, where all the strings are collected for each language. The collection can be created manually, but of course I would not recommend that, too much work. Instead, I will import it from a CSV file. In the online guide, the expected CSV structure is also described. Finally, localized strings can be used in the UI, and some sample code is provided to dynamically change the locale in your game. So, let's start with the installation of the localization package. Open the package manager, click on the plus button and select Install Package from Git URL. Type com.unity.localization. Once the package is installed, we need to create the project's localization settings, which is an asset. So go to Edit, Project Settings, Localization, and click Create. A locale represents a language and an optional region. They can also contain additional information such as currency, calendar, and user-added custom data. Let's click the Locale Generator button to open a window and select then the languages we wish to support. And then let's select a folder where the newly created resources will be placed. Once done, you can select your default locale. In my case, English is just fine. Now we can generate a string table collection and import a CSV file. I defined all my strings in an Excel file and then exported it into a CSV file. Make sure that commas are used as separators. Then open the Localization Tables window. From Window, Asset Management, Localization Tables. And now let's select the New Table Collection tab. Let's select now which locales to support. Choose the string table collection from the type drop-down and give the collection a name. Now we can import the CSV file by clicking the vertical ellipsis button. Then go to Import and select CSV. Then select the CSV file from the File Explorer. Now let's try to localize the first button of the headchef's main menu. Currently the whole UI is in English and all strings are hard-coded. This button contains a TextMesh Pro object. Let's add here a localized string event. As string reference, let's use new. Like this, the strings corresponding to the ID new, which are immediately showed, will be used in this text object. Let's now define what to do when a new locale is selected. In the update list, we create a new entry, select editor and runtime, select the current text object, and then the setText function. We are telling Unity to reset the text of this object every time the locale is changed. Since we allowed that also in the editor, if we open the localization scene controls pop-up from Window Asset Management, we can directly change the language and see how the text gets updated. This can be very useful if we want to check the UI offline without having to run the game. Now we need one more piece. We need a locale selector in the game. The Unity guide provides some simple code to change the locale, and it uses a drop-down object. So let's create one and add it on top of the menu. This is definitely not the place where to change the locale, so I will move it later into the settings menu. Now let's create a script and copy inside the sample code we saw before. After compilation, let's not forget to pass the drop-down object to the script. And now we are ready to test it. If we start the game, we can see that the drop-down does actually change the locale and updates the text of the first button. Now I will need to connect all the other objects to the corresponding strings defined in the string table collection. So that's it for my first devlog/tutorial. I hope you find it helpful. Thanks for watching and see you next time.